been so long since I've been in front of a camera. Feels like forever. But hello. I am officially back to social media. I took a break for almost a month. And it's actually been kind of nice. Like, I don't know, it just feels different not being on social media, but I did miss everyone. So I wanted to get on here and kind of explain what was going on and why I took the break. And first and foremost, I did test positive for corona, and that was about a month ago. And I'll tell you guys about that as well. So let's get started. Well, first thing, corona. I was in quarantine like the whole time. I would only spend time with like my family. I saw a few friends once, and then I went to the mall once. And I always wore a mask, and I always have hand sanitizer with me. But I still caught corona, so here's kind of what the symptoms were with me and like what had happened. So it was on a weekend. It was, I believe, Sunday. I woke up that morning and I was just feeling so physically exhausted. Like, you just feel so tired. Your body just hurts, and you're just like, I can't walk. I can't move. I don't want to get out of bed. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just tired. So I like forced myself to get up, and my mom was like, typical Arab mother, you're being such a baby, grow up and stop being a child. And I'm like, I'm sick. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So she didn't believe I was sick, by the way. She just thought I was being a baby, and couldn't help her in the kitchen with something. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go upstairs and sleep. So I slept majority of the day, and then when I finally woke up, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was like, let me take my temperature, and it was up to 100. Like, it wasn't that high, but my throat got so swollen. Like, you could see my glands coming out of my throat. Like, it was just so bad. So then I was like, okay, like, I probably have an infection. I didn't think I had corona. And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, you know what? Let me just get tested just in case, because I read some of the symptoms and it looks like I have some of it. So could be corona. So next morning, woke up, went to CVS, took a test, then came back home. And at that point, I had told a lot of my family members, like, hey, I might have corona, so can you guys just not come over? And then, because my cousins love to come to my house. And then also I quarantined myself in my room. And so until I got my test results, so I quarantined myself in my room. My fever was between 99 and 100 the whole time. And then I was just tired. I slept for 4 days straight. Like, I just couldn't get out of bed. I was just so tired. Eventually the fever went away by the 4th day, and then that's when I got the phone call saying that I tested positive. So I told all my friends, like, if the ones I saw that past weekend, or I haven't seen them in the past 2 weeks, like, hey, just FYI, I tested positive for corona. I don't want you guys to catch it. And I especially didn't want my family to catch it because, one, my family members own their own businesses, and my brothers deal with customers all the time. And two, my mom has asthma, and yeah, I just did not want her to catch corona, because it just, like, apparently it affects your respiratory system the most. But anyways, after the 4th day, my fever went away. I took some antibiotics for the swelling in my throat, and that kind of died down. And then, yeah, I was drinking a ton of water. I was feeling a lot better by the 5th day. I was drinking a ton of water, a lot of ginger and honey tea. Like, that was just my savior. But the 5th day is when I lost my taste and smell. And I was literally going around the entire house, like, trying to smell a candle, my perfume, my lotions. Nothing. I couldn't smell anything. And then your loss of taste begins after you lose your smell. So I couldn't taste anything. You can taste if it's salty, bitter, or sweet, or really spicy, but you couldn't taste the actual flavors of the food, which really sucked, because I actually like to enjoy my food, especially my fries. So yeah, within a week I was feeling better. My taste and smell didn't come back until like 3 weeks later. And I was watching a ton of videos of like people who had corona, and just educating myself on it. My chest, I didn't have a lot of chest pain. I felt tightness majority of the time. So everyone told me like, don't sleep on your back, sleep on your side or sleep on your stomach because it's not good. Could cause pneumonia or something like that. So, which I already sleep on my side, so that wasn't the issue. And then I started becoming more active, so I started taking walks. Obviously when people weren't outside, and if they were, then I was like on the opposite side in my neighborhood, on the opposite side of the street, I'm sorry. And then I started taking walks and I started taking runs, and I was feeling a lot better by the 14th day. Still no taste and smell. I did keep a journal of like all my symptoms and what was going on, just to make sure that I was getting better instead of worse. And yeah, and then the health department called me out in the 3rd week and was asking how I was doing, and I told them I quarantined myself in my room. I didn't go out, I didn't do anything. The biggest thing for me was being stuck in my room for 14 days, and then not being able to like see my family and hang out with them. And I was like always on FaceTime or watching Netflix. If you guys need recommendations for shows, I have a list of shows that I've been watching, or online shopping, or just doing something on my computer, just to kill time. And then every time I walked out of my room, it was like a process, like Germex, don't touch anything. If I did touch anything, spray Clorox on it. Like restroom, kitchen, anything, I would literally wipe everything down before and after I walked into my room. And then I would avoid contact like with my mom or my siblings because I didn't want them to catch corona. So it's kind of, yeah, it was a long process, but it ended and I'm better, thankfully. And I want to thank everyone who asked about me and like try to figure out ways to reach to me to see if I was okay. I am. And I just decided to take, I think it was like a perfect time to take a break from social media, just because like there's like a series of things that just kept happening, and I was like, you know what, I just need a break. And yeah, so it's kind of what happened, and now I'm back and I'm much better and healthier. And if you do catch corona, like I completely understand how you feel and what's going on. And I think for some people they get mild symptoms, and then like people who have like diseases before, like if you have asthma or you have like diabetes or you have some kind of symptom before catching corona, I think it'll be like worse for you. But thankfully I'm healthy for the most part. I do have a low immune system because I was taking steroids, so if anyone was gonna catch corona, it was gonna be me, because yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on for the past month, and I really miss being on social media and sharing my life with you guys, and just connecting with people. It just felt like weird not being on there. So if you have questions or anything, just let me know. I'm always here to listen. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend.